We're joined now by Hawaii coach Laura Beeman and student athletes Wahinekapu, and Brooklyn Rewers. Coach, if you would, please start us off with your opening comments.
First off, I want to congratulate San Diego. Heidi is a friend of mine, and I think they had a great game plan. I think their kids came out incredibly loose in the first half. Hit shots like crazy. I have not seen too many teams hit shots like that, but just congratulations to them. Tale of two halves, and that's really what it came down to. It came down to one shot at the end. We couldn't get a stop. They scored, but definitely a tale of two halves.
Questions?
So, Coach, like you said, West Nakama, ESPN Honolulu, by the way. You said it did come down to that last shot. I think they had 6.7 seconds. I think you guys had a foul to give. What was the discussion during that timeout about the defensive strategy in that last possession?
We talked about giving a foul after about 3 seconds, trying to get a tie-up because the possession arrow was our way, and we just couldn't get the foul. Just couldn't get there. So, and then on the switch, we just didn't get our big in front of the ball. She made a tough layup.
Joseph Baptiste, Guava Press Media. What was the message at halftime? Obviously, the score was a lot different, but what was the message at halftime that kept you guys motivated and confident to go into the fourth?
Just to fight back, give everything we have, leave it all on the court. 20 minutes of basketball, the game wasn't over yet. So, yeah, I'm really proud of the girls for, coming back from a 27-point deficit. So, yeah.
Yeah, actually, this is not the first time you guys have been down and come back, right? A couple of years ago, you guys were in a similar situation in the fourth period. So did you guys refer back to that game and that, hey, we've been in this before, down double digits, late, and came back to win, and we can do it again?
Yeah, the Santa Barbara game was referenced, and I think we also just emphasized the point that we have more time than we think, and I think we started the game with a sense of urgency and like we had limited amount of time, but in the halftime we kind of centered ourselves and took the weight off of our shoulders of the pressure we were just putting ourselves in, just came back out and played our best and gave it our all.
Anything else? In the back?
Rob DeMello, KHON. Laura, I know it's hard at this time to think back and what could have been, but try to walk us through what your team showed you in that effort of coming back the way that they did and tying the game with very few time left.
That's been this team all year long. They've played, for a big why. Playing for the state of Hawaii is pretty cool. And I think they've showed that all year long. Representing our university and our state is something really special, and I don't think a lot of people understand that. All year long, though, they have represented with such class. They play hard. We've come back from bad games, been able to go on a 14-game win streak. We've lost some pretty intricate players, throughout the course of the season, and they've never hung their head. They've never felt bad for themselves. They've never had a quit mentality. I think that's why at halftime we definitely knew we were still in this ball game, and it was just if we could get our execution going on the offensive side of the ball, we did. Unfortunately, when you lose a game like this, it hurts. This is not where we want to be sitting, but it will not define this team. We will rally. We have postseason play that we're still going to be in, and hopefully we can continue to do special things together and not have this time as a team end.
Question in the front.
So, Coach, you mentioned how hot they were in the first half, but it seemed like they got a lot of open looks, some layups, reverses, whatnot. But in the second half, you guys really tightened it up. They didn't score in the first 5 minutes, I think, of the third period, and not zero in the first 8 minutes of the fourth period. So how did you make that adjustment and tighten up the defense in the second half?
I think that, in the first half they played incredibly loose. They don't have anything to lose as a 4 seed playing the 1 seed. And so I think that makes the basket look as big as the ocean. I think we started to come back and got that game within 13 and then 8 points. They started to get really tight, and they started missing some of the same shots, layups, open looks that we missed. They just got too big of a lead in that first half for us to come back to. But again, it came down to one shot. So I just think, and I don't think we were tight. I really don't. I just think we struggled for whatever reason with execution. And I think that the way they punched us in the mouth in the first quarter really kind of shocked us. Because I felt like we were prepared. I felt like we were loose. I felt like we're confident. I felt like, everything was, the stars had aligned. Definitely didn't overlook them. It's hard to beat a team 3 times, but the game plan was good. They felt comfortable. So I think that you just saw a team that was incredibly loose in the first half, and then it kind of turned our way in the second half.
Thank you for your time, Coach. We appreciate it.
Thank you, guys.